Well, as everybody starts their diet for this readiness challenge, it's critically important to tailor your diet to you. And what that means is you want to take into consideration your own genetic predispositions, your own activity levels, your own stress levels, your sleeping patterns, all the things that constitute your well-being in your life. And if you're trying to lose weight, which this is a challenge of body change, and so whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to gain muscle, or you're trying to radically change your physique, these things happen because you very specifically tailor elements in your program to you. A cookie cutter thing will not work, as most people know, because you get very limited results. And how you tailor these things is based on figuring out what your energy expenditures are, figuring out what your age and your sex and your weight. It's a very there's a lot of complexity to it, but in general, you can oftentimes go up to, there's some normal calculators you can use, but in general, you can take a look at what you normally eat, and you can sort of make a list, use a journal to take a couple of days worth of what you eat, when you eat it, and how, and when you work out, and how much activity you're doing, what your sleeping patterns are like, and what your stress levels are like. And then you can take a look at this after a few days and sort of come up with some generalities to give you a starting point. If you're in the process of gaining weight constantly, then you know that this lifestyle is going to continue to produce that most likely. So you want to sort of set some of this back, pull some of those calories back, pull some of those, increase energy expenditure or increase activity levels. These are some general concepts and some general ways that you can tailor your diet for you. Take it, and you want to really be specific. So in other words, get a sheet of paper out, or get on your computer or your phone and take some notes and be very specific. So that way you can be very, very specific about how much you're eating, when you're eating, what times you're eating. It's a lot of work, but in the end it becomes very autonomic. But the most important elements are obviously how many hours are you awake, how much are you eating currently right now, and is that maintaining your weight? Are you losing weight, or are you gaining weight? And so most people want to lose weight, so usually generally cutting back a little bit on energy is the best way. So protein isn't really considered a great source of energy, although it can be. Carbohydrates and fats are better sources of energy. So these are the things that you want to start looking at first, and matching those up with how much caloric expenditure you have versus how much you're actually putting in your body. It's always an energy equation. It's always this equation of how much am I expending and how much am I putting in. And if there's any aggregate, then of course your body generally either will speed up to meet that aggregate and release it as heat, or it will store it on the body. Generally speaking, people store because they take in so much more than they usually need, their demand. So these are some of the elements, and then just doing the math and looking at what it is that you're actually putting in, what energy you're actually expending, and then coming up with a logical starting point. And then once you have a starting point, then it's much easier to tweak these things along the way if it's working